What's going on, YouTube? How y'all? Give me about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep it at about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm gonna try. Father, you speak, you get the honor and glory in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Look, I'll talk to y'all about something real quick. Last night, I was laying down. Headed to go to sleep, right? So I was listening to the Bible. I was listening to the Word of Promise. I ain't even know where it was on. I just knew it was in Genesis somewhere, right? I mind you, man, before I laid down, I was praying to God. I was like, God, you know what's next, what I need to do. What's your plans that you have? What's the next step for me, for other people, for the body? It seems, people live their life, people going to work and whatnot, but in different people's lives, it's a different time for people. Like for me, I know there's a different time coming up on me. The Lord spoke to me last night. He was like, Mac, your life is about to change and things like that, I was like, okay. So, that was early during the day. But when I was laying down, I was listening to the Bible, and when I cut it on, I guess the night before last, when I cut it, I let it play throughout the night. I let the word play. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I let the word play, and then I guess when I woke up, I just cut it off, and I ain't know where it stopped at. So last night, cut it back on, lay back down, and after I got done talking to the Lord, so I heard this what the next thing was. The Israelites was at the Red Sea. I kid you not. I kid you not. God is my witness. I'm not making this up. God is my well, the first thing I heard was he had a fire cloud, a cloud of fire by night, and a pillar of cloud by day or something like that. A pillar of fire by night, a pillar of cloud by day, I guess, to cover them from the heat and the sun and stuff like that, if I'm saying it correctly. So when I heard that, then they made it to the Red Sea. Now, they were kept there for a minute. Now, you got to understand, it takes a long time. Now, Egypt and the Red Sea is some distance, if I'm not mistaken. It's some distance away, if I'm not mistaken. And then they were by foot. So they were walking for a minute. We don't know how many days or weeks went by when, see, the Bible say see, Pharaoh's so stupid, but God did harden his heart. He let him go, but then what it say in the Bible, when they were trying, let me find it real quick. Let me find it real quick, if I can. Lord, let me find it real quick. All right, let me find it real quick. I got you. All right. Let's see. All right, look at it. God put me right down. I'm gonna break something down for you. It said, then it came to pass when Pharaoh had let the people go, and God did not lead them by the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest perhaps the people change their minds when they see war and return to Egypt. So God led the people around by the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel, think about this. God led them away from the Philistines because he knew these slaves wasn't ready to fight. So, and they were gonna get scared. They weren't raised like that. Their mindset was slaves, right? So he like, I'm gonna make it easy on them. I'm going to, instead of having them do something, what was that something they was gonna have to do? That something they was gonna have to do was fight. But God was like, no, don't worry about it, because first off, they ain't ready to, so I'm gonna fight for them. So what he do? He led them by the Red Sea. And the children went up to orderly ranks out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him. That's crazy. And boom, let me go down a little bit. Let me go in. All right. Now, it said, this is why I came in last night. The Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud, to lead the way, and by night a pillar of fire to give them light. So they to go by day and by night. So they would walk. He did not take away the pillar of cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from the people, from before the people. All right. That's why it came in when I laid down. It said, now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel that they turn and camp before Phi Hahiroth, between Migdal and the sea, opposite of Baal Zephon. You shall camp before it by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are bewildered by the land. Check this out. By the land. The wilderness has closed them in. Look, closed them in. Then I will harden Pharaoh's heart, so that he will pursue them. So God was fighting for them in three ways. He wasn't going to take them by the Philistines because they weren't ready for war. And then plus he wanted to destroy Pharaoh. And then plus he wanted to show his hand. All right? Show the unbelieving people that he is God, that he's going to do what he said he's going to do, right? Even though they saw the plagues and all this kind of stuff, even though they plundered the Egyptians, they still didn't believe. And we see how that went when they tried to go into the promised land. All right, they said, and they did so. They did so. Now it was told to the king of Egypt that the people had fled. But think about it. God, they said Pharaoh let them go, but now it was told to the king, like, man, they fled. They must have thought they were coming back. Crazy. Anyway, all right. Let's see. And I'm gonna skip. Moses says to people, do not be afraid, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. So we in this place, man, that it's like, whoa, like, wow. You know one thing, I hear preachers and people that say, oh, your season is here, your season, your time, and this and all. I ain't saying your season and time and none of that. I'm saying that Jesus about to make a way. I'm saying that God about to make a way. Because what make it real to me, yeah, if y'all just saw me on YouTube saying, oh, God gonna make a way. But I'm firsthand, I'm saying this because I'm in that exact situation. You got people that want to tell you, well, you need to do this. You need to get a job. You need to. The Lord never told me to go back to work with my father. The Lord never told me to get one. The Lord did tell me this. He said, I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to show you. That's what he told me. Because all the years I helped my mother, helped my father, did all these type of things, work with their business on. Now I'm about to be in God's hands. Now I'm about to do his will. Now it's time, just like the Israelites were working with Pharaoh and slave. Now it's time for God to do his will now. He was going to build a nation with them now. That time being under that is over with. Now it's time for them to go this way. So which way you going to go? All right, they standing before the Red Sea. Check this out. And the Lord said to Moses, why do you cry to me? I never understood that. I never understood. I'm like, Lord, why they cry to you? Because in my mind, it was like they stand before the sea. They got children, ghosts, camels, animals, and all that kind of stuff. They can't float. They don't have a boat. Why did he say, why are y'all crying to me? That part I didn't understand. Now, God knew he was going to do. But see, the Israelites didn't know what was going to happen. He said, tell the children of Israel to go forward. To go forward, they looking at the water like, go where? You feel me? Like, go forward where? That's what a lot of us say, like, I will, but go forward, walk in the water and do what? You know, it's like, it's like, what? So, but at the same time, he said, but lift up your rod. So why would God say go forward, but before he told Moses to lift up the rod, why would he tell him to go forward? How do you go forward before Moses lift his rod up? How? Before God even give you the instructions? How? How do you go forward? Like, so basically, the only way I can say you go forward is if you don't have nowhere to go. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. All I can say is stand firm. Stand firm. That's a you know, if you will, that's almost like go for it or continue doing what you're doing. But when your back is against that wall, God saying go for it. Basically, don't stop with your faith. And I guess, I ain't gonna say I guess, by you walking, standing, and keep going forward in your faith, he will create a way for you, because truly, you were standing before that Red Sea. You did everything you're supposed to do. And it said, but he told Moses, lift up your rod and stretch it out, hand over the sea and divide it. Out your hand over the sea and divide it. And the children shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And indeed, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. So I will gain honor over Pharaoh and over all the armies of the chariots of the horsemen. So, what I've been saying, that's why I came in last night when I was asleep. I heard all of that, and I was like, dog, because I just got done asking God, like, God, what I'm gonna do, Father? Like, like, how do I go forward? Like, I will, but I don't have the direction. It's a bunch of water in front of me now. I can try to swim. I know I ain't gonna make it across, but I'll leap in that mug if you tell me to. You feel me? So, but we got to get the instruction to leap. We got to, I feel like, I'm like this. When God tell me to move, I move. When God tell me to go, I go. When there's nowhere else to go and God say go, we get in that place like, God, go where though? And that's when we wait for God to give Moses or whoever the instructions. Now, when Moses lifted that rod up and the water split, what did they do? They went. So a lot of y'all out there are like, I'm going to go. Just, God, you spread that seed for me because I don't know where to go. I'm going to go. So that means there's something that God has to do. I'm telling you, when you've done all you can do, God gonna step in and do it. That's where I came in last night when I was laying down. I just prayed. I laid, after I said that, I pressed play, and that's what I heard. I was like, so I'm telling you, I've done everything. I do everything the Lord tell me to do, and I'm telling you, my Red Sea crossing here, is going to be something that God is going to get the complete honor from. I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. And he's not just having me be a spokesperson and talk to y'all like I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm not on the other side of the fence. I'm the realest, probably realest person on YouTube because I keep it real at all time. I ain't saying I tell all my business, but I keep it real at all time. I am at my Red Sea crossing where I know Jesus, I know God the Father he himself going to have to make something part himself. And I'm telling you, when he parted, you're going to walk through it. I'm going to walk through it on dry ground with provision. And I mind you, before they made it to that Red Sea crossing, what had to happen? God gave them silver, God gave them gold. I look at those things as the crypto. I'm sorry, I do. Because even though they had all of these things, they had the silver, they had the gold, they had all this kind of stuff, but they weren't using it. They didn't get to the city. They're still not they still don't have a home yet. He's leading them there. So I'm telling you this. I believe the silver and gold are these currencies that God has for us. We have these things. The rich, I told you, the rich don't want us to have it. God is going to do something to show his hand. He's going to bring down Pharaoh. He's going to bring down the system so we can cross through on dry ground, because a lot of us have our backs here against this place and don't know where to turn, don't know where to go, don't know what's next. We've been following God. We've been going to church. We've been giving. We've been praying. We've been praising. We've been fasting. We've been suffering. We've been crying. We've been happy with joy. And when it's time for the next step, we like, God, you just let me know the next step and I will cross it. And I feel like we there. And you gonna cross it because he gonna cross it. If you done what you're supposed to do, he gonna make something happen. If you have got, I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you done did your sale limits, if you done got what you're supposed to have, if you done got your business started, LLC, if you done did all of these, if you say, God, I don't have the money to get my business started, I don't have the money to get my food truck, I don't have the money to start my dealership, I don't have it. God, but I will do whatever you tell me to do. He gonna make a way, because you got to have provision to do what he called you to do. That's just the bottom line to it. You got to have provision, and he is gonna provide for you. He is going to provide for me. He's gonna provide for you. I feel it strongly. Y'all, Mac said it. I know I ain't got to worry about getting no credit from it. I care less. The Lord God is about to provide for us because we are here. We are at that Red Sea. So be happy. Be happy you there, like I told you before, and watch God show his hands. Y'all be blessed. And yeah, it seems like it's an impossible situation, but that's when Jesus come. That's when the Lord show out, and he work out something impossible for us and make it possible. So don't try to rationalize. Don't try to think what's gonna happen. Don't try to. I mean, he can tell you what's gonna happen, but I believe I know what's gonna happen. I believe in my heart. And I had a dream last night. When I was in the dream, I don't know if I was talking to the Lord. It was somebody, but I had my $1 million. I had my money, millions. I ain't gonna just say million, but the house I'm trying to get is like 1 point, is up there. So I was thinking about the house. I said, so you, I was talking, I believe I had to be talking to the Lord or somebody, because I was walking with him. I'm like, so you gonna give me this 1 million for this house or whatnot? Like, I was happy like I was like, what? Like, yeah, man. So God, Jesus about to come through. So, hey, I know I said 5 minutes, but 5 minutes look like 16. So, yeah. Y'all be blessed. Don't be stressed. Get off your chest. Rest. No, I mean that for real. Just rest, though. God gonna come through. Peace.